Yes, Queen Slay. All right, it's your boy Benvolio bringing the Tomb Kings, led by High Queen Khalida, one of my favorite legendary lords, with the Castle of Languille over in the background. So, fighting in Fair Bretonia, a very strange and exotic pair of armies here. It's the Tomb Kings, being played, of course, by me, Benvolio, against RobRoy again, playing as the Lizard Men, the Last Defenders, being led by Krokgar. So let's take a look quickly at my army, what I'm bringing here. So again, going with High Queen Khalida, my favorite Tomb King's Lord. Armored duelist poison attacks. I just like putting her on the snake and rocking around with those Necropolis Knights and her poison explosion spell. She's a great hit and run lord, great at just assassinating the enemy lord. Just all around, just really cool lady. Like, she's cool. She's the queen. She's the queen, okay? And in the back line, the very back line with her, I've got two groups of Necropolis Knights. Yeah, flank on either one of her flanks. I think, do I have any chevrons? No chevrons, but they're in the back pocket. I've got them right in the back in the center so I can deploy them wherever they're needed. Other than that, I've got my army pretty well spread out. The back line, I've got skeleton spearmen guarding the flanks of a bone giant right here. So two groups of skeleton spearmen guarding the flanks of Mr. Bone Giant. You saw him. I used him to bring down Kolek, Mr. Thanos. Mr. I'm inevitable like Thanos, the Bone Giant, helped me kill old Kolek. He's great for sniping huge targets. So I saw he was playing Lizard Men. I'm like, I need a Bone Giant. I need like a poacher. I need a big game hunter, and that's what the Bone Giant does: is snipe monstrous units with huge armor-piercing missiles. He also causes terror. So yeah, it's an awesome unit. Just a really awesome unit. Always great and essential playing against units that bring a lot of monstrous, armies that bring a lot of monstrous units. So there we go. Over here, I've got one group of skeleton horsemen archers. I chevron them up a bit to buff their stats a bit. Just I like having that mobility and that ranged firepower. Just really useful for being annoying and dealing with any ranged units he has, skink skirmishers, etc. They got the speed to deal with that. So I've got one of those on each flank. Then up in the center, I've got standard skeleton warriors with two chevrons here. I think two groups of those. I don't know if they both have two chevrons. Yeah, two chevrons each, skeleton and sword warriors. So just, meat shield, holding the line, plugging gaps, just, bogging the enemy down. Not meant to do, not meant to be devastating. Just to kind of hold their place, just to fill a, in the center front line, tomb guard with swords. So again, elite Tomb King infantry with those nice shields and the silly hats of power. And some of these cool masks going on too, yeah. So, yeah, they're nasty. They're going to be good just for holding out against infantry. Tomb Guard with halberds on the front flank for dealing with anti-large. Being anti-large armored and shielded. So again, holding a place. Also decent against any infantry he's going to bring as well, being elite infantry themselves. And one of those on each side of the front line. There's the other Tomb Guard with halberds. And I'm repositioning a little bit because he started in kind of an diagonally across from me over there. And again, there's the other group of skeleton horsemen archers. And I had the Blessed Legion of F-bomb of fact, because they've got good range in their armor sundering, so they're going to do permanent damage to armored units. But I forgot to deploy them. My army was originally just plopped over here for me to deploy, and then I forgot them, so I have to move them back. I want to get them back supporting the Bone Giant, so I'm moving them there, kind of running. The Bone Giant is about to be taking aim at his army over here. So let's take a look at my opponent, RobRoy, starting over here on his right flank. He's got some Cold One Spear Riders, same ones I use with old Krokgar, hide in the woods. Anti-large, armor piercing. So anti-large, good choice for fighting the Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings have a lot of constructs and big, large units, so he's got them hiding in the trees. Gonna come swing around on his into my left flank with these. Is his plan, I guess? Trying to get into the cookie jar, crush my archers, etc. So it's good. Clever deployment. I like this player. He was really fun to play against, even though he's kind of butthurt with me, I think. Then over here, his main line, he's got Temple Guards. Okay, yeah, nice. Look at them. They're beautiful, glorious Temple Guards elite. They're going to be nasty. They're going to make short work of my skellies, of my regular skellies. The Tomb Guard be able to hold out against them a bit longer, but they're going to mash my skeletons pretty easily. Then he's got Saurus Spears, the anti-large bonus again. Again, they're going to be a good match against standard skeletons, although the Tomb Guard with swords are going to be the ideal answer for them. He's got a Feral Stegodon. Look at that. It's beautiful. I don't like feral units. I just don't like their tendency to rampage that much. I don't know. I don't trust them. But yeah, he's brought that just for causing havoc. Armored, armor piercing, and causes terror. Although prone to rampage, right? You'll lose control of it if it gets angry and stuff. So yeah, there's a frickin' Stegodon at tops. There he goes. He's got the Feral Stegodon, the Temple Guard, and the Saurus over there. Another group of Saurus Spears, and the Skink Skirmishers. Again, these guys were actually, he made good use of them. I got tired of trying to make these guys work, but he managed to deploy them quite effectively in this game, so he's moving them around. 10 more Temple Guards, another group of Temple Guards. So he's got them nicely spread out. He's got it really balanced in that he's got he's got strength coming in on both flanks. Solid units coming in from both flanks, and the Skink cohort, standard Skink. I guess they're just like kind of a gap fill. Look at them. Just look at those models. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. So that's his army basically. Oh, and then he's got another group of Saurus Spears, excuse me, and the Pterodon Rars with Fire Leech Bolas. Yes, I see he is a man of good taste. A man of discerning taste, bringing in the Fire Leech Bolas. I love Fire Leech Bolas, man. They're such a cool unit. So, all right, let's get things going. So my Bone Giant is immediately going to be trying to take aim at that Stegodon. Let's turn off the info. So Arcane Fire in against that Stegodon. Big game hunting. Oof. Chunking a little bit off. Ow. Aw. Oh, that poor rhinoceros. I mean, Stegodon. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the poor thing. That's why I don't like bringing feral things. Like, oh, I can't watch that anymore. It's sad. Why am I so cruel? Okay, so the Skeleton Horseman Archers ran into the Cold One Spear Riders, kind of discovered them, and riding away, firing over the back, Parthian shot. The Necropolis Knights engaging the Cold One Spear Riders right here, which is, I don't know, hard to tell which way is that. There's two groups of them, so unless I can I got to bring up Khalid and the other group. But the other group's back there, I think, because I want to make sure that I'm covered on the other side as well. So I figured one group of Necropolis and Khalida would be good, but probably should have brought up both of them. Skeleton Archers still flying away, riding away, and shooting, but I want to bring these guys back, drag them back, lure them into the wall of Halberds here. Tomb Guards with Halberds are going to do quite well against those Cold One Spear Riders, so I got to drag them away. A few of my Necropolis Knights might get caught out and finished off by the Spear Riders, but it's the price I'm going to have to pay. Over here, the Fire Leech Bowl is closing in. Probably going to be throwing some against the Skeleton Horseman Archers, probably trying to limit my mobility, but they are taking some abuse, I think, from the the Blessed Legion of Fact as well. And the Bone Giant. Ooh! Poor Pterodon, he did. I can't watch this. Why am I so cruel? I'm killing dinosaurs. They're so rare. They were supposed to be extinct, and I'm killing them. Oh God. So, but yeah. Anyway, So yeah, but that's that. He's pushing in with those, pushing out again as the infantry comes up. The Stegodon coming over onto my left flank to kind of help out the Cold One Spear Riders, wanting to charge in against the Necropolis Knights, because he thinks maybe he can finish off these guys. But I've got the Skeleton Spearmen and the Necropolis Knights and everything kind of. And the Bone Giant back on target, smashing those. But one group of Necropolis Knights has been pretty well smashed up by the Spear Riders. However, the Spear Riders have also been pretty smashed up. Where's the other group? There should be two groups. Rah, 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 they say. Yeah, ow. So, managed to send that off. Managed to defend that flank. However, the Temple Guard are coming in against the Skeleton Spearmen, and they are just going to mack those Spearmen quite nicely. The Necropolis Knights charging into the Temple Guard and popping a poison explosion, though I don't know how effective that was. The Saurus Spears charging with the Skeleton Warriors. I don't even know. They've got no chevrons, but they're spears against swords. Swords should maybe have... I don't know. I don't freaking know what should have the advantage there, but it looks like the Saurus are doing more damage, so yeah, so it's them. The two groups of swords, though, are able to probably outnumber them. The Tomb Guard with swords are engaging a group of sword shields. Point blank fire at Krokgar with the Bone Giant. Bleh, stay out of there. Alright, the Blessed Legion of Fact are against the Fire Leech Bolas. Maybe not ideal because they're not armored, but still going to be hurting them quite a bit. The Fire Leech Bolas, ow. The Blessed Legion of F-Bomb taking some abuse. Ow. Ow. Hurt. Fire. Ow. 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 So much pain going around. The the Tomb Guards with halberds holding off a group of Temple Guards and Sword Shields, and without support they are going to lose it. So, but I'm bringing in a group of... Oh, I got the King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion. Well, holy tittles. They weren't just a spearman unit, they were a regiment around. I brought them, right on. Let's take a look at their info really quickly. They're shielded anti-large and poison attacks. So, I forgot I had them. Good for you. They're the Scorpion Legion. Yeah, they got the scorpions on their shields. So yeah, for 600 gold, they're pretty good. So they're not just standard spearmen. So that's okay, not ideal. Fire Leech Bolas. Oh, dropping rocks. Nice rock drop on the Scorpion Legion. Ow, 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 ow. And the Blessed Legion of F-Bomb pulling back from the Skink Skirmishers. However, the Skeleton Horseman Archers still mobile, able to fire in. Getting the regeneration buff from the Realm of Souls. The Bone Giant still firing. Still firing at the Pterodons again. Firing at the Pterodons, still firing at the Pterodons again. That doesn't make any sense. The Tomb Guard fighting against the Skink Cohort and the Sword Shields and Kroq-Gar. That's not going to go their way. They're outnumbered, and Kroq-Gar's going to help bring them down. Bringing down another Pterodon with the Bone Giant. Over here, the Sword Spears and Temple Guard, I think. Temple Guard have been run off by the Skeleton Spearmen and the Tomb Guard. And maybe the Necropolis Knights. I don't know where I'm on. I've got one group of Necropolis Knights left. They've been pretty well dealt with. The Blessed Legion of F-Bomb still firing against the Pterodons, but the Pterodons have greatly reduced the Blessed Legion of F-Bomb. And the Skink Skirmishers, oh no, getting into the cookie jar. So I got to send them off. And the Skirmishers making trouble for my Horseman Archers, chasing the Skirmishers everywhere. The Scorpion Legion and the Tomb Guards with halberds still going strong against the Temple Guard and Spears. Kroq-Gar still doing good work against this group of Tomb Guard over here. But over here on my left flank, it's definitely gone my way. I have Khalida and the Necropolis Knights and the Tomb Guard and the Skeleton Warriors. However, the Stegodon looks like it's trying to charge back in here. Roar, all covered in blood. Poor Stegodon. Oh, getting hit with arrows from maybe the Blessed Legion of F-Bomb. Oh no, I don't know what it's charging at. Oh, ow, 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 ow. But all those arrows sinking in. Neighboring damage, losing decisively, yeah. So it's gonna rout again. It's gonna chase off. Bone Giant. Just like, hey! Oh, I got anything done right, you gotta do it yourself. I'm just punching the Stegodon. Screw these sophisticated means of killing animals. I'm just gonna punch it. So this group of Tomb Guard getting finished off by Kroq-Gar and the Skink Cohort and Sword Spears, though they did pretty good. They held their place. The Tomb Guard over here and the Scorpion Legion finally gonna get pushed out, but they've held long enough that I've managed to push off the other side, and I'm winning decisively on the left flank, so I've got more than enough to deal with what he's sending out. He's still got the Fire Leech Bolas, and the Skink Skirmishers wrecking my Skeleton Horsemen and the Skeleton Horseman Archers, but they did their job. They kept those quick range units engaged and occupied long enough, and I think that's what it was, is they sacrificed themselves, but they kept it. They kept the skirmish units and flanking units engaged long enough for the rest of my army to deal with it. Because what I wouldn't want, is the Pterodons firing into my infantry while they're trying to fend off the Sauruses. So the Blessed Legion of F-Bomb and the Skeleton Horseman Archers did a great job of stopping that from happening, which is good. Still got a group of Temple Guards kind of wavering though. Swords, Spears, Shields, 23 models. So there's the ones that got trashed. And over here, it looks like I've managed to isolate Kroq-Gar. And I'm not letting him out of that. I'm just going to bully circle him. And I brought the Ushabti in. Sorry, I got my summoned Ushabti. I saw Kroq-Gar trying to run away. I brought the Ushabti. So I've just got a massive bully circle going on poor Kroq-Gar here. He's completely surrounded, and he's just going to get wailed on. Let's see how his health's doing. But it's hard to stay on him because it's so many units right now. So, whatever. Never mind that. But yeah, bully circling Kroq-Gar. Bone Giant waiting off this way to start punching these Saurus Spears or Temple Guard. The Skink Skirmisher is still firing in, and this is going to be the last pocket I'm going to have to deal with, because they're going to... Scorpion Legion's all gone. The Tomb Guard with halberds are going to be all gone. They did their thing, but everything else he's got, the Pterodons are routing. They've taken enough abuse. The Saurus Spears are routing. Shattered, actually. I think that's what the skull means. Shattered, yeah. They're gone. So yeah, and bully circling Kroq-Gar. Khalid is going to get in now, and she's going to get a nice duelist bonus against Kroq-Gar. But I'm not going to let him get out just so we can reroute. I'm just going to make sure no chance I'm letting him out. We're going to bone him. He's boned. Hold out just a little bit longer to keep them from saving shot. Crockguard, Tomb Guard are going... Oh, they're not going to last. Yeah, that's going to be the end of them. They did their best, but they're gone now. The skirmishers and that source, but you're too late to save Crockguard, guys. He's getting bully circled to oblivion. I'm not going to say it again. He's boned. Don't, damn it. So here we go. You want something done right? You gotta do it yourself. This newfangled technology is just freaking BS. I'm gonna punch you now. There we go. So he's engaging there. Crockguard is dead, and now I've got... It's basically... they fought a group of Tomb Guard. They struggled against a group of Tomb Guard. And look, here's another one at full health. You don't get a break, do you? Do I pop another poison explosion here? That would have been cool, but no. So, but these Temple Guards are going to take a while to bring down. And this is something I don't like that I did. I should have flanked. I should have gone around, but I just brought all my infantry up in a blob. And I should have brought some of it off against these Saurus Spears too, but I've just got it all in this nasty blob against the Temple Guards, and that's not ideal. I could have been covering them much more effectively. I could have surrounded them, and this would have ended the battle a lot more quickly. But it was an exciting game. Oh, Khalid's... although I have to be careful at Khalid, because these skirmishers might be able to put in just enough damage. Do they have armor piercing? No, they don't, but they have poison attacks. But they can just put in just enough damage just to wreck her. And I popped a Tomb Strike, and which should try to cause terror. They're winning decisively, though, so they're not going to be scared off. So I have to get Khalid out of there. It's not a good idea what I'm doing. I wish I had another poison explosion. That would have been perfect just to splatter those skinks. So I pull Khalid out of there. I pull Khalid right out of there. And right out of range, too, because if they kill her, that could swing things his way still. I'm going to get one little rear charge into the Temple Guard, though, just to do some nasty damage, but I need to pull out because the skirmishers are raining darts on her. Yeah, so I'm going to pull her out of range as the Tomb Guard and skeletons slowly grind down these Temple Guards. And the Bone Giant just punching the Saurus Spears. But even he's going to get chunked down because they have an anti-large bonus, so... It's actually a little... No, I guess the bounce power is decidedly in my favor, but I could have deployed my infantry a little bit better in that final engagement. So I'm not exactly satisfied to watch that. I should have swung groups around, just surround them, get more damage in. It would have been over quicker. Now he's bringing in the skirmishers firing to my flank. Not ideal, so I am bringing Khalid back to try and do some hurt. Gonna see if I can pop a Tomb Strike too to like pop their leadership. Because he still could swing it if he can kill Khalid with those skirmishers, so I gotta keep them engaged and stop them from firing his infantry, but also keep Khalid alive. I don't know. Have I activated Tomb Strike? No. No. Oh, they're losing! No way. Losing decisively. Combat even against the Temple Guard, yeah. Well. So yeah, this is closer than I thought, really. I mean, it looks like it's unit losing, so... The only unit that's doing the... Oh, they're even losing. My only hope is that they were out, and they do. Exhausted, terrified. Because I popped a Tomb Strike, I think. Yeah, and that's what did it. The Tomb Strike terrified them at the last second. Now I can outnumber these Saurus Spears, hopefully make them rout. And the Tomb Strike managed to terrify the skinks and everything off. But closer than it looked, really. But that's it. RobRoy. I won. 2 out of 2 games. So nicely played to my opponent. That was a really fun one. I felt so bad for this Stegodon. Oh well, let's take out the kill count. Let's check out the kill count. So, Khalida, 130 kills. Well done, Khalida. She's my favorite legendary lord for a reason. 24-27 on the Skeleton Warriors, just about what you expect. 17 on the Skeleton Steamer. 9 on the King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion. Oh, could have been better. 124 on the Tomb Guard with swords. They did good. They fought bravely. 56 and 48 on the Tomb Guards with halberds, respectively. 14 on the Blessed Legion of F-Bomb. And 80 on the Skeleton Horse Archers, this group, and 11 on this group, maybe because they're fighting the Pterodon. 34 and 42 on the Necropolis Knights, and 32 on the Bone Giant. So Khalidus and this group of Tomb Guards did the most work, really the MVPs. Let's check out his army. Krokgar got 81, pretty good. 19 on the Skink Cohort, 123 on the Saurus Spears, 74 on the Saurus Spears. So he did pretty good, and I mean, that could have really gone another way, but I think I just got lucky with those Tomb Strikes at the end, causing the tear to cause him to rout. But it was a lot closer than it looked, especially if he managed to kill my my lord with those skirmishers, which he used pretty effectively. I'm pretty impressed with the way he used those skirmishers. So, well played, Rob Roy. All right, for the boys back home. Keep it real.